Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Just making little minor tweaks, but y'all subscribe. I'm pretty sure y'all know this by now, but the shutdown has ended. It has been like 43 days. Guys, give yourself a round of applause. We made it. We made it. We got through this together as a family during these hard times. We made it. We made it. We made it. Please subscribe, y'all. Please subscribe. So this one is going to be part 9 of my series, y'all. But I wanted to ask y'all a very serious, non-serious question. The shutdown is over, right? It's over. They're saying it's over, but it was also said that the whatchamacallit would last, the funding that for the SNAP benefits, that's going to be implemented from today until January 30th. So that's why I'm like, is it over? Is it not? There was also talk after signing the bill that passed because the Senate already voted like a few days ago. The House is just now voting. It was they needed 209 votes out of 222. So and I think there's 439 House of Representatives. If I am wrong, please let me know in the comments, but I think that's right. But they needed, they at least needed 209 out of 222 votes, and they got it. So what's happening with the government reopening? What does this mean for you? What does this mean for government contractors? What does this mean for grant funding and other sources of funding? I will talk to you about that in a few minutes, but I wanted to talk to y'all about this funding freeze transition plan. It's a plan that I did back in October when we went through the shutdown. Guys, I'm live on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you see me doing my little Vanna White, that's why. So guys, thank you so much for your patience, but I want to give you some more info about the funding freeze. I may add a little bit more to it, but either way it goes. Right now, it is available while the price is still $12 for that amount. But this is to help you with knowledge and information about helping you transition your business, your nonprofit, your church to other sources of funding through the bank, through corporate partnerships that you may not have been already aware of. And I put it in this transition plan because I knew some of you guys that are in business, some have put 100% focus on being solely grant funded, which is cool. But on the other end, this is what you do have, where when it's a shutdown and being partially funded by federal funding within the government realm, or not the government, with the grant funding, yes, they can stop it even if it's on a non-federal level, if it is a federal grant or part of a federal grant. So this is that plan to say, hey, what can I do to increase my revenue? If I had a bestseller, how can I push this? Or if there's another popular product, what can I do to generate additional revenue to cover what I'm about to lose or possibly lose in your church? What could you do? Not so much as begging for donations, but what else could you do to ensure that you're protected and you're safe in the event of another government shutdown? So far, it's been said that by the Trump administration that there won't be another shutdown, but I don't know, because it's like looking back on the history, the last shutdown was 35 days old. And, the Trump administration was in office and operating. So then it's now we go through another one. I am keeping my political biases out of the picture, but I am saying I see what is going on. So I'm going to leave that alone, but that's where I stand right now. So if you haven't already, and for those of you who are on Instagram or Meta, Facebook, if you comment in the comments, plan, you will get a direct link right to this list. It'll lead you to the purchase site. You can check it out. And yeah, I'll put a description there. But yeah, if you want more information, please don't hesitate to go and check it out for yourself. All right. So where was I? Oh, yes. The shutdown has ended after 43 days. Yay! The government has reopened as of last night. I got a lot of these sources from Fox 26 News as they put it out there. Now I'm putting it out here. And you'll probably hear it again later on today, but yeah. As of earlier, this is what was said. I already talked about the House voting and the voting passing because it had the Senate on board. They need to get the House on board. And so now SNAP and WIC benefits. I didn't know that when SNAP shut down, WIC also shut down, which would make sense, but I didn't put that correlation together. So I do apologize for any misinformation or lack of information I may have said in my earlier videos regarding this. I just want to, I want to take responsibility for the error and get it right. So your SNAP and WIC benefits have been reissued. It is open and you should receive those within 24 hours if you haven't already. This funding is good for 1 year for the ones that are waiting. I believe this, for this being good for 1 year, so next either September or November 2026, this is going to, I'm not sure about back pay. I'm pretty sure you will get back payment. I'm not 100% sure. I was also told that some were already getting and benefiting from partial benefits, but not all. And so now this is the reimbursement for all, for anyone that was already on SNAP benefits, or maybe if those of you who got kicked off because they had no way to give it to you, this is what you can double check with them, call and ask hey, call and ask them for more information about this. Another thing that's going on I want to talk about is the community food distribution. This is for food for those that are in need. This is happening here in Greater Houston area, specifically Independence Heights. The church of the Greater First Baptist Church, located on 4441 Haygood. They're gonna need volunteers, but they're also organizers are going to need 400 turkeys that they are going to give to families that are in need, and because it is shut down, they did not see this coming. And that's going to be held on November 20th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Again, this is going to be for Greater First Baptist Church location in the Independence Heights area. The address is 4441 Haygood. Also, Katy ISD, they partner with HEB to give $75 away in food cards. They're kind of like gift cards, but I don't know how it works. I don't know if you have to register for it. I don't know if you walk in and they just hand you one. I don't know. But what they do is for those families who couldn't afford groceries because of the SNAP, not you wasn't able to have your SNAP benefits. That's when Katy ISD stepped up to the plate and said, hey, we're giving at least every family $75 so they can get like essentials, food essentials that they need for their household. I don't know if this is every HEB or just the HEBs in the Katy ISD area, but go to your local HEB, just inquire about it. Again, guys, I got this information from the news and sometimes they don't give they don't give detailed information. I'm thorough. I like to give all the nitty-gritty, but this is all I got. So where I've fallen short, I do apologize. The airlines are going to reopen. And guys, I don't have the best news to tell about ObamaCare, aka the Affordable Care Act, because as it's great that we can now get SNAP benefits. It's great that we can get our WIC benefits, but it's not great that Obamacare may increase in the next coming months because they're still working out how can they keep the Affordable Care Act, keep this, I think it was the subsidies that are a major benefit for this. Instead of, I don't know if they're going to get rid of it, but it's talk about getting rid of it. Millions of Americans are on and being represented by Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act. So this is where prices can surge. Things have already gone up in price, medications and other things for medical, as we know. And it's going to get higher for those that are a part of it. And that's not fair to you guys. So I don't know if there's going to be another program out there to say, hey, we're doing something kind of like how they did for the food. Oh, we're doing this for the medical. I don't know. Maybe that's an idea for someone to do. Wink, wink, who have the resources, wink, wink, in the greater Houston area, wherever you are. But yeah, people who regularly go to the doctor because they do have healthcare conditions that require them to be on medication. This is this is a non-negotiable for them. They have to have their medicine. It's not like, oh, well, if you're missing a month, you're fine. They need it every single day. So I don't think that with the recent shutdown, and this is where I am going to put one of my biases, but I don't think that the people that need healthcare and regularly visit the doctor because of their health issues, or if it's not an issue, it's just they are on medication, they need to have their medicine. It's not fair for them to already pay for the doctor visit and now it's like they're gonna have to choose between the doctor visit and the medication that they actually need. That's not fair. So guys, wherever we can pitch in, wherever we can do to help, I'm just getting something started and spreading the word out there because we need help. We need help. And that is very, very sad and unfortunate. So guys, we got through this 40-day crisis, 43-day crisis of the government shutting down. We can we have proven as not just Texans, but as Americans, we can do anything. We empower ourselves to continue to be empowering. So let's get something together. Let's get something started to help these people that are in need. GoodRx is the best, but what else can we do to help those that are in need, that really do need their medications? How can we help them if the insurance, or not the insurance, but the for the Obamacare will rise in costs? Like, let's get something started. Sound off in the comments. What can you do to help in this magnitude? If there's any first responders or anyone in the medical field watching me right now, let me know. Even if you watch this on a replay, please let me know in the comments. All right. So the moment you've all been waiting for, the real reason why you're here. I'm going to be talking about grant funding and GovCon, or government contracting. So let me start off with government contracting. It's like, okay, where are we open? What are we doing with this? Y'all, this is a nod to me too. Be ready to work, and ready to work fast. Be ready, be in position to quickly get ready. If you need to prep for it, take at least a couple of days to prep for getting ready for all the changes and everything that's going to happen with government contracting for your particular agency that you are contracting with. And I'm being very careful with my words, because this may not pertain to everyone that is currently working within the realm of government contracting like me, but for those of you that are, be aware. Also, look into any reimbursements to see if you qualify, because, for the shutdown, there was no way for you to work or continue working as a contractor for those contracts that were affected by the shutdown. Some contractors were not at all. Like, the contract was still going, although there was a shutdown in place, because they had special permission, I assume, to keep it going. They had the means and the funding to release. They never shut down, or they never stopped work because of that. And whatever work that you were missing, you got to play catch up. You got to play catch up with it. So look into reimbursements that you may qualify for. Those of you who you had to stop working on your contract, you might receive partial payment for any work that was stopped. You may receive full payment as well, but you have to see, it depends on like the situation and circumstance, and it depends on that particular contract and what they are willing to reimburse and pay you out, even if it's like meant for back pay. So inquire, ask around, ask questions. For contracts you were released from, inquire about when they will release payments. Just because the shutdown ended sometime last night while we were sleeping, that doesn't mean you're going to get your reimbursement tonight. So again, inquire about when you would actually get that payment. Your prime contractors, if you're a subcontractor, they will hold a meeting with you. I'm just kind of giving basic information to make you aware of, but they would have their own meeting to give you more detailed information about your particular contract. So be aware of that. Keep that in mind. Be aware of it. Let me see. Look into contracts to make sure nothing has changed, and also ask if there are changes within your contract. You may have to re-sign something additional that they probably would have added to your contract, just in case they do. If not, because I know like with certain legalities, no matter what, the contract has to be honored no matter what happens. And so those are fine. But in case they make any changes to contracts, you should definitely be aware of those changes. You should definitely know and ask if your previous signature, something that you signed, will instate that, or if you have to sign a amended or a moderation of the current contract because it's just something you want to make absolutely sure of. You're not, first and foremost, you're not swindled, and also that you're not just kind of accepting what's given without looking into it, if that makes sense. Again, I'm trying to choose my words very, 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 very carefully. In grant funding, the funding has resumed for government funding, but watch your emails for approvals or rejection. I wrote one months back for a client of mine, just a short story time. And this morning I got a rejection. Not that my proposal that I helped my client write wasn't good enough, but with everything that's gone on, they were just like, hey, sorry to say, but it's a no for us. And the rejection email was so heartwarming. It was good. It was good. I was just like, wow, instead of, nah, you didn't get it. But it was like, hey, this was a tough decision. It had to go to one person. We're saying no right now, but we really enjoyed reading your application. So your girl doing something right for a client. And I did inform my client, like, hey, they said no, but they did like it. So I might inquire later on those notes, because I always tell y'all, if you get a rejection, ask about ways that you can improve, because a rejection or denial, it doesn't have to be the end all be all. So I'm taking a chapter from the book that I always tell you guys and applying it to my life right now. Anyway, moving on. You may not receive the funding right away because you got to give them some time. We just found out last night that the shutdown has reopened, and some people, you might have got that acceptance letter for the grant funding, or that approval for government, not the government. This is like regular grant funding. I meant to say corporate sponsors. So now that everything is getting back on board, it's probably going to be chaotic for a couple of weeks first. Still be kind, still be patient. People are going through things. Like, we just kind of, for those whose lives has been on pause for the past couple of months, or at least the past 43 days, we're trying to ease back into what we can determine as normal. So those workers and people, those funders, those grantors, those corporate partners, those investors, philanthropists, GovCon agencies, directors of GovCon agencies, give them some breathing room. Be kind. I'm not saying let someone disrespect you and take advantage of you, but I am saying that be kind. If someone is a little ornery or they're on edge, or they have a little snap in their voice, don't take that personally. We just got the shutdown to say that it's over, at least until January 30th. Is giving us some wiggle room to figure out what our next moves are going to be. Thank you. Thank you for those that will take that into consideration. With other funding, follow up with them. Follow their protocols per whatever funding, because things, I'm giving like a basic overview, but just follow the protocols per the funding officer, that the grant officer, grant manager, whoever's in charge of releasing the funding, follow their protocols, follow what they're telling you to follow. Because like I said, this is a basic overview. And also, lastly, but surely, keep applying. You technically haven't been rejected because of this pause for the past 43 days. You technically have not been rejected or denied until they tell you. We got, like I said earlier, I got a denial or email saying that my grant proposal that I wrote for my client wasn't granted. So again, that's not terrible luck on my side or whatever you want to say, but they made a decision, they made it, but we keep moving forward, we keep applying. There's a yes out there. If I can get a yes, if I can get more than one yes, you can get a more than one yes whenever you're applying for these. And so, just to wrap up, what I have to say next, thank you guys so much for listening to what I have to say about this. And this is going to be part 9 of this series for the federal funding freeze. I do have a playlist on my YouTube channel right now for those that are watching on YouTube. For Facebook, now you know it's on YouTube. So if you haven't, if you need to catch up, if you want something to binge watch, go ahead and find my series and binge watch. Because this was when I started this series back in January 2025. It was for Doge. And then, we just happened in the same year later on to go through a shutdown. So, yeah, either way, in January and this past October, there was a freeze on funding. So it works. But get your funding freeze transition plan. Get it while it's still $12. So you can know how to pivot, how to transition, and also how to qualify for other sources of funding. A lot of the funding that I mentioned in here, they may do a credit check, but the credit check that they're doing, it should not affect your score, but double check with those resources. And also, some of these you can get from the bank. Some of these you can get from just your local state funding. You go where the money is, obviously, but this is a way for you to secure funding, not necessarily through a grant, but through the bank. And it's less of a approval denial situation, kind of like how grants can do. But if you do qualify, they will give you a loan, they will give you funding that you can use right away versus waiting. And maybe you get it, maybe you don't. But with this transition plan, for my Instagram, put plan in the comment section, is going to send you a DM with the link to this. I show you what to do to pivot your business, your nonprofit, your church into making sure that you keep your revenue steady with other sources of funding. It's not supposed to break the bank. It's not supposed to break you as a business owner, as a church leader. It's not supposed to do that. But it's to help you ease from maybe getting 100% grant funded to maybe that good 70, 80% that you need, or 50%. So you know what you need to do to get all of that financial pressure off you. Because some of you who are not solopreneurs, you do have employees. You pay your employees and you pay yourself. This is to help you in this plan that is already devised for you. This is to help you know what to do in order to make sure that your salaried employees get paid. Even if you have to cut costs, what that's going to look like. So whenever you get this plan, this funding freeze transition plan, it's to help you make that pivot, because I'm not saying that we will, but last time we were told twice that a shutdown would not happen, and then already twice under a certain administration, it has already happened. So yes, get on the bandwagon with that. It's just $12, at least for right now. I'm not raising the price anytime soon, but I may add a little bit more to it than I have, because as I'm telling y'all about this, ideas are circulating, because that's how it happens a lot of times. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to be informed, keep up with me, please share, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube and all my other platforms. I will see you in the next video. And also, I got more content on the way. And as a bonus, I kind of hinted at it earlier, I am involved now in government contracting. So far, so good. It's different, but it's worth it. More on that later. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your amazing Thursday, and I will see y'all in the next video. And by the way, y'all got this. We survived 43 days of less resources. And sometimes you can do less with, you can do more with less. Sorry. Let me say that again. Sometimes you can do more with less. You can, and you should. So y'all have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. You got this. You got this. After making it out at 43 days, you got this. You got it. Bye, y'all.